In this video, we are going to demonstrate how the branch statement is done. The branch statement is also called the if-else statement. Here is the problem, and this is in your lecture notes. It's this program. Suppose this is a bar where people order drinks. You, as the bartender, always ask the customer's age, and then tell the customer if he or she can order a drink. Since we need to ask the customer's age, we need to declare a variable to store that age, okay? And then we will ask the customer, how old are you? We are always invading people's privacy, or obviously, how old are you? And the cin age. So now we need to decide if this person can order a drink. How do you make that decision? You need to decide, you need to evaluate the person's age. If it is greater than or equal to 21, you can give him a drink. Otherwise, you have to tell him to go away, right? So we use an if-else statement. And notice this if is lowercase, okay? And the evaluation is called a Boolean expression. That Boolean expression is always within the parentheses. So you cannot just write like this. Okay? You cannot say age is greater than or equal to 21. That's not okay. You must have the parentheses. If that is the case, notice that this is indented because it's under this condition. Okay, so if the age is greater than or equal to 21, you will say, okay, what would you like, right? You can order a drink. Well, what if that condition is not true? That is the else. Else, we have to tell the customer, you have to wait, right? You have to wait. Cannot give you a drink now. Okay? So that is this program. And let's run. So how old are you? I'm 12. And it says you have to wait, cannot give you a drink now, right? So that means if the age is less than 21, this statement is not executed because the condition is not true. This statement is executed. Okay, let's run it again. How old are you? 56. What would you like, right? That means when age is greater than or equal to 21, this statement runs, and this statement is not executed. That means in this if-else statement, only one statement runs based on the condition, or one scenario will play out, not both, only one. And I want to stress the fact that, remember, you need this parenthesis around your Boolean expression. And also, there is no space, okay? Now let's continue. Later, that is the second part, really. If you look at your slide, I'm asking you to do this afterwards. So, declare another variable named new age, or whatever you think is meaningful. Do a calculation to get the number of years to reach 21 or over 21. Then output an appropriate message. So what I'm trying to ask you to do is, if age is greater than or equal to 21, you have to calculate how many years are over 21. So if age is 30, then you will say, oh, you are 9 years over the drinking age. If you enter 12, you will say you are 13, 8. Okay, 8, 1. 9 years before, you are 9 years short. of the drinking age. So that's what you need to do. Okay, so we still do this part, but we need to declare a new variable. We can declare it here, or we can just put it here, right? New age. Either way, and delete the next statement. Either way, it's okay. So, well, if age is greater than or equal to 21, we need to calculate. Now we have not just one statement if this condition is true, we have two statements to execute. In that case, we need to use the curly braces to make both statements into one block, okay? So we will do the calculation. New age is equal to 21 because you are older, right? So age minus 21, okay? So I'm going to say something more. You have been drinking. You have been drinking for new age years. Okay, whether that is true or not, that's my assumption. And the main purpose of this program is really to look at this, okay? The curly braces around these three statements. That means if this condition is true, all three statements will execute. If this condition is not true, none of these three statements will execute. Okay, let's go to else. We do the same thing. Because we have multiple statements that need to execute after else, we need to put the curly braces around it. So I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, let me okay, now you look at what I wrote here. So else, if age is not, if this condition is not true, you go to else and you calculate the new age, and then you print out, you have to wait this many years before you can order a drink. Okay, so let's run this program. How old are you? Let's say 45. What would you like? You have been drinking for 24 years. That is calculated here, and then we use that new age, right? 24 years. Okay, that works. So you can see when you enter 45, all these three statements have been executed. None of these are executed. Let's run it again. This time we enter 19, okay? And then you have to wait 2 years before you can order a drink. Sorry. So when this is not true, these statements are executed. This is called a block statement, okay? A block statement, a compound statement, that means you have several that are combined together into one. Either all these statements execute or none of them will execute. Now I'm going to show you the consequences of not paying attention to this. Okay, what if I take this off? I just forgot them. I don't have them. My intention is to run these when the condition is true and run these when the condition is not true. Let's run. So how old are you? I'm entering 34. I should be able to order a drink. And it says, what would you like? You have been drinking for 13 years. You have to wait 13 years before you can order a drink. Sorry, that is very contradictory. And why is that? Okay, that is because, let me make this. That is because when this condition is true, 34, all these three statements executed, and you can see that, right? But then it doesn't execute the else. But because we do not have the curly braces, only one statement is bound with this else, that is new age, okay? The see out, you have to wait, is an independent statement that has nothing to do with the if else statement, even though you format it as if it belongs to else, but to the compiler, it belongs to no one. It's an independent statement. So it's just like this. That is the danger of not using the curly braces properly, as you can see, right? So even though you think, oh, I intend to have this statement under else, but your intention is good, but your action is not good. So what do you need to do? You need to make sure you put the curly braces on so that you don't have that logic error, okay? That is the if-else statement. And remember, only one set of statements will run, not both.